job at giving us the qualifier. Really does, and if they can beat the top 10, but boy,
by design, they call her Tubby. This horse is going to go in here and be really hard running. She's the first one on this ground. She's running in. Doesn't find that first barrel. It's not going to be enough to get her back in this top 4. Kate Blanford is such a dynamic jockey. She knows she's got to try to make it up. And unless some big things happen, she will not see us back for the top 4.
Yeah, that is the scenic route around that first barrel. And she navigates the end of that run very well. Now let's take a look at that first barrel. And is there anything that you see that could have went different or maybe helped her out on that first barrel?
There was a lot for Tubby to see in here. As Kay sat down, she did not want to hit this barrel, and she tries to really jockey in here and get around this first barrel and just didn't end up making it happen.
So Sabrina Ketchum is around her second barrel. Her first barrel, by the way, was beautiful. We'll show that to you.
She's not riding her main horse. She's making an awesome run on Uno. She's hustling all the way to the end. And it looks like she's going to be our new leader.
Wow, that was 3 great barrels and a 14.691. And Fallon, help me out here because Kate Blanford's time was a 14.574.
She must have made up a lot of time somewhere that we just didn't see. So the timer is really close to these first barrels. Unless there was an error, it looks like this mare really made up some time from the third barrel out.
Okay, so we'll move on down the list and go to Kenneth Squires of Fredonia, Texas on Flaming Passion.
This mare has won over $75,000 in the pro rodeos and barely gets the first barrel. Kenna knew that it was going to be tight riding this horse in here. She's not riding her main horse, but what an established trainer and really somebody that's done an amazing job.
Well, it's just something to get here.
It's amazing to get here. Not to have your good horse is just devastating, and she just barely nicked that barrel. You'd rather run him over than to hit him like that, really.
And I want to commend you on a great year. First of all, your AQHA WPRA Horse of the Year, Baby Flow.
Thank you.
And then you were 11th after the NFR, so you just missed it to get here in the top 10. And then you were 11th at the Buckeye Qualifier and just missed the top 10.
Still excited to watch this thing.
Good for you.
After all of that.
Here's a lady that has been to the NFR on a couple of different horses now, Jane Melby. She got a lot of experience at a high level training horses. Jane
Melby is currently sick with pneumonia. She has been hospitalized for the last several days. She is still such a top hand that you can see her making this amazing run on Blackie. She calls him Blackie. She yells to him all the way out. She is not going to let up before the timer. And you can see it, 14-16.
Now that's the kind of time that I thought we would see. 14-16, she takes a huge lead, almost a half a second now over Kay Blanford.
She looks so relieved. Her daughter Kayla has been warming this horse up in the back because she's been so ill. So she's been back there really helping, and I think she's got just enough energy to just step off of Blackie and smile.
All right, well, she is in the top 10, so she's not eligible for the million, but she can still win one of the richest prizes in all of rodeo, even if it's just
see him speed up when she yells out from the third barrel. He catches about 3 gears.
As we look now at Shelly Anzik, she won Fort Worth, and here's one of our qualifiers.
Shelly Anzik has been on fire. This horse has not made really super tight turns. It doesn't matter. He's been clocking like crazy. He is so electric. I see a leaderboard change in our future. He doesn't make it out the alleyway. I don't know what that means in BBR rules, but he still crossed the timer line before that error.
And did so in 14-127 to take the lead.
This is such an exciting way to view barrel racing, and we get to see this overhead camera view of Shelly Anzik turning this first barrel. You can see that her angle was safe, perfect, and fast. That horse never had to slow down to make his move. As he approached the second barrel, she was just in the right position. She said, you know what, guys? I know I've got enough horse to be really smooth and consistent. I'm not going to try to rock anything. I'm just going to make a really good run.
Well, it was 14-127, and your prediction as we are 5 into this field of 20 on whether that time will hold up.
I think it's going to take a 14-1 at least to get in. Maybe a 14-2 will sneak in. I don't foresee a lot of these girls taking big chances. I hope that they, really go in there and make good, clean, fast runs. But again, you can't leave anything on the table. You have got to leave it all out there. You've got to be in the top 4 to make a run at that million.
So we're taking just an opportunity to groom after these 5 barrels. Here's you're watching the barrel racing at the American Live here on RF to see what Shada can get done. She qualified for her first NFR. 2013, you see her husband Trevor.
This is a tricky little horse to ride. He needs a little bit of help getting in. He is a rascal. This horse runs really scattered. He is fast, fast, fast. I mean, this horse is one of the nicest horses in the country, and Shadow rides him unreal. She is really, really skilled. She rides this horse really great, and he's going to launch when he takes off.
There you go.
He's going to give her the ride of her life.
Here comes the rocket.
She misses her first barrel, but guys, Rascal's fast enough to really make it up across the pin. She's got to ride him hard up into the third barrel. I see her going to her whip if she's going to. Whoa, she just barely snuck around it.
She did.
She whips him on out. This horse is so fast, though.
Man, he is scalding across the finish line. I don't think it's enough. 14.516. No doubt that first barrel cost her.
She was really, really fast coming in the pin, and again, that start of him being a little bit sketchy wanting to come in that arena probably threw her timing off a little bit, but she rides so, so good. I want you to see her coming around this first barrel. She's trying to get him back in line. He's so much horse that, of course, she's only 4/10 off the field with such a huge turn at the first barrel and sneaks by the third barrel. So awesome. Good job for her, because a lot of us would not have been able to make it around that barrel.
Tammy Seamus around her second barrel. She was a little wide on her first as we were watching that replay. A little wide coming out of the third barrel out of Prineville, Oregon.
Tammy's riding another horse that can make it up. He slams to a stop. She runs at 14:45, and she's got to be proud. She's currently in there.
She is third right now with a long list of talented barrel racers to go. So it's Shelly Anzik with a 14.127, Jane Melby's 14.167, and Tammy's in there with this run.
That first barrel's tricky. You know, we typically run in arenas that are 15 to 18 feet off the fence. This first and second barrel is about 30 feet off the fence. Plus, there's concerts going on in the middle, two arenas. It's very distracting. So these girls have got a lot to think about, but this is such a high-level group of girls. They definitely have the skill. They've watched a few more. I expect it to get faster now that they've seen the timing at this first barrel.
Here's Christy Laughlin out of Colorado.
She nails it. She is riding hard across there. Moving is so dynamic. Rocks around the second barrel, and she goes to her whip. She knows she wants to keep it clean. Oh, Christy.
Just barely.
That could have been a $100,000 mistake right there.
It sure could have. Oh, my.
What a heartbreaker for Christy. She's such a hand. She has done such a great job on this mare. They're always a contender for big checks. And so we're going to watch her go into this second barrel. She sneaks around it and decides, hey, I'm going to go to my whip and really hustle her in here. She comes in, just drops a little bit early, and man, we all know how this feels. It's a heartbreaker.
So a 5-second penalty is going to take her out of it as we go to the gentleman here among the top 20 and a qualifier. Here is Clint Sherlin out of Athens, Tennessee.
Let's make history. Here comes our first man to compete in the rodeo setting. Clint Sherlin. They are fearing this little red horse right now. He is smoking.
That's the best second barrel we've seen.
He picked his leg up to get around that barrel. He was afraid his horse might not want to run real free, so he's going to hustle him out. 14:30. He's in there. It's really exciting.
Yeah, third right now behind Melby and Anzik with a 14:30. Clint Sherlin, Bully by Design.
Bully by Design. He's got the same sire as Slick by Design and KN Red by Design. Sneaks around that barrel and picks his leg up. He's an athlete. This is what we expected from the guys in the barrel racing industry when they came in there and let them in these qualifiers. We expected to see some really cool stuff like that right there.
You know, that first barrel, in my opinion, Fallon, that horse was wanting to, or didn't see the barrel, was wanting to go by, but, you know, having some extra strength being a man, he was able to get the nose and wasn't as bad as it could have been.
This is the kind of athleticism we expected to see when they open this up to these guys, and it's going to make things very, very exciting, and we're pulling for him to make it into the top 4 so we can really make some history.
Kaylee Bass will go now.
She's riding a brand new horse. We've never seen her on this horse. She's only had her for about 30 days. This horse is related and trained by the same woman that trained Cowboy Dan, her awesome horse that she's been to the NFR on. She's ridden this horse about 3 times, and we're going to see a brand new side of Kaylee on this mare.
Oh, wow. Well, she didn't just barely knock that one over. As you said earlier, if you're going to knock one down, knock it out of the arena, and she did.
I think Kaylee was really trying to make some money here. She was checking out the angle from all the other barrel racers and trying to see what she had to do to get that perfect first barrel. Starting to get faster, these girls are starting to have to take a little bit more chances to stay in there. As we we see her come into this first barrel, she set up really, really perfect, but knew that she needed to be tight. Unfortunately, a little bit too tight.
What a look. What a look. Cinch Cam doing a great job once again.
By anything.
Yeah.
And these two don't make mistakes, so I really don't see them doing anything but going in there and making a really solid run. We just, I think, are going to have to wait to see if it's going to be fast enough.
Yeah, it's just another business day for Maverick here around the first barrel. It's solid, it's solid, it's good.
Look,
moves over good.
This is exactly their normal run. She's hustling up into this turn. He's known for being solid and consistent. Gretchen is doing a heck of a job riding him all the way out.
He's known for not hitting those barrels right there, dude. 14.246. 14.246. I thought I noticed a little bit of a move about the finish line, though. Did you see that?
Coming out a lot like Shelly Anzik's horse. He didn't want to run straight out. As you can see, turning this first barrel, she almost found the perfect angle coming around it. And again, could have made a little bit of time up on the way out. Really solid and consistent run as she approaches her third barrel, picks up and just rides soft and quiet. And these two are just like watching a ballet.
Pretty good dance partners.
Pretty good.
Yep.
We'll see if they get to two-step for $1 million.
I like that. We will see. Yes, she is a qualifier, as is Clint Sherlin, as those two are in the top 4. As we go to Michelle McLeod, and what a story here, the mother of the mother-daughter team. She's riding slick by design.
Here comes Mama McLeod. She is such an awesome lady. She's riding this stallion by designer red. He smokes the first barrel. She's riding perfect. She had an injury, so she's having a hard time seeing on her left side, but she inhales the third barrel. She's going to drive him all the way out, and he's not going to slow down before the finish line.
Oh, I am so surprised at the time. 14.422. She's not in the top 4.
He stumbled leaving that first barrel just a little bit. Looks like it caused him a little bit of rupture in momentum. He went to leave that first barrel. As he went to push off, you can see right here, she rides him perfect. He goes to push off and just stutter steps as he goes to push across the pin. Makes it hard when there's not a lot of time to be made up in this shorter run.
Wow, that surprised me. I thought we had a new leader coming right there.
As she comes out, he doesn't slow down at all. You can see his ears perk up looking at that sign, but he didn't slow down at all coming out of that third barrel. That's going to be a concern for a lot of these women.
So here she is, 70-year-old June Holman. Can she win the $1 million?
Come on, June. She's riding tall, boy. This is a horse that she trained herself. He's not looking around. He's focused. He's concentrating.
And the crowd's going crazy in here already. Oh, man, oh, man.
Push him out. Push him out.
Run, Granny,
They're on
run.
their feet.
Oh, yes, 14.285. She's 4th for now.
It's going to take a long... It's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be a nail biter for her. She's cool, calm, and collected. She said, hey, ladies, that's how it's done. Come catch me.
Another standing ovation. Boy, the folks here watching it live at AT&T are loving the show here at the American.
She's incredible. She approaches that first barrel. You know, she missed it just a little bit. Could have been a lot faster, but it was no fault of her own. This is a tricky, tricky setup. She went in here. He's so solid. You don't see any off-kilter balance right here. June is sitting right in the middle. She's calm, she's quiet, she's not in her horse's face, and she's allowing him to put her in $1 million position.
Okay, what a story that would be for June Holman. Went to her only NFR at 65 years of age, and look at that horse. That is a great partnership, and a lady who knows her animals. Got that scabber for the back. She's old school.
I think she's all of our
And we
heroes.
go from that to the other end to the college champion and Taylor Jacob, who was the talk of the town in Vegas during the NFL.
Boys, if Taylor Jacob leaves the barrels up, she is going to change the leaderboard. She's the arena record holder at the National Finals Rodeo, and she ain't scared.
Ooh, hey, she's not as fast as June, though. She's not going to make it. 14.339, and I'm not able to read these times today, Fallon.
The timer line is pushed closer to the barrels than normal, and we have that really short stop, so these horses aren't able to run in and out to be able to really make that turn. You can see Taylor was a little conservative at the second, knowing that she's got a horse that can roll back over top of those barrels and give her a +5. She wanted to be safe, thinking that she had speed enough to get back, and it just got too tough. We love Taylor, we love this horse, and we knew she could be on fire. And unfortunately, she's not going to have a run at that 100,000.
I keep thinking that maybe they're shutting down before the timer line, before the finish line, and that's what's costing time, but I'm not seeing that happen.
They're really not. These girls are pushing them into their turn plenty. Here comes Robin Herring. She's on firewater on the rocks. This is one of 2 stallions running here today, and she nailed the first barrel. We're going to see if he really wants to drive across that pin. It looks like he's really focused. It looks like he's not looking around at the crowd. It looks like he's in here smoking around. Let's see if he sets up. She's going to hustle him all the way out of the pin.
She's in there in the number 2 spot. 14,145, Robin Herring.
They call him happy, so you know she's happy right now. That definitely should be enough to get her in, but there's still 6 girls left to go that can rattle everything, can totally change the leaderboard.
Great run. She's in the top 4. Unfortunately, with that run, June Holman moves out.
We hate that we don't get to see June Holman come back. There's some new names and some qualifiers up in the top 4. So this is very exciting. We've got more people, I think, running for the million right now in the top 4 than any other event. So this is going to be an exciting runoff.
Well, Shelly Anzik, Robin Herring.
She's an awesome competitor. She's riding Louis. This is her indoor pin horse. This is the one that you see her on at the National Finals Rodeo because he is so consistent. Right now, we need him to turn on the afterburners and really bring the heat. He is so cool, calm, and collected. She's got her helper down there, making sure that he stays calm until everything's prepared. She just won the Scottsdale Champions Challenge on him 2 days ago, breaking the standard pattern barrier of 17 seconds, running a 16:88. So he's on fire. He's running hard. He's healthy. He's ready to go. Lisa looks rested. She looks ready for this setup. And I think Louis, of course, is going to make a picture-perfect run.
Oh, man. Here we go. So, Lisa Lockhart and Louis. They nail the first barrel. Hits a little bit, but it's still standing.
She rocks it, but it doesn't go down. She's not going to hit this third barrel. She's going to drive him as hard as she can up into it. Drive him out. Now, let's just see if it's fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She is the new leader, 13,983. Jane Melby now is on the bubble at 4th. Gretchen Benbenek is out. Lisa Lockhart with an absolutely smoking run.
You can rock it, you can knock it, but you can't let it hit the ground. She runs in here with the absolute perfect angle, comes back, lifts her leg up, and this is why she is a $1 million cowgirl. It's not by mistake that anybody is here. These girls earn their spots here, and they're showing you how incredibly skilled they are riding these horses through this course. There's so many distractions. A lot of things could happen here. To be quick enough on your feet to pick up your leg and get around that first barrel says a lot about the talent of this cowgirl.
Well, one of the other great stories, this mother-daughter team. You watched Mom Michelle a moment ago, and here is Caitlin McLeod.
Here's our girl with $1 million smile. She's riding Kelly's chick. This horse went by the first barrel, went by the second barrel. She's overriding just a little bit, but this girl's got enough horse underneath her. Makes it up on the third barrel. Let's see her drive her all the way out, see if she can break that bubble.
No, she's too long. I didn't like the third barrel as much as you did. I thought there was some hesitation on the finish of that barrel.
When she snapped around on the backside of that third barrel, that mare stutter stepped trying to find the outgate. We saw that same struggle with Shelly Anzik's horse, trying to find where do I go out because there's not a traditional alleyway. So as you see her come in here, she drops down and knows she has to be really close. As she comes back, she stumbles a little bit, over finishes, and then says, oh, where's the gate? So Caitlin has to really, really help her right here on the backside. And then as she drives her out, she knows, I've lost time on the first, I've lost time on the second, I'm just going to do my best.
Okay, so Jane Melby is 4th with a 14,167. Oh, my, what a dynamite kid. What a joy to be around her. And here's another fantastic lady. This is Mary Walker on Latte. And what a great year she's had this year after winning the World Championship a year ago.
She's #1 in the world, or close right now. She's been to 15 or 16 rodeos. I think she's placed almost every time she's gone down the alleyway. She's making her run right now. She's asking for a little more room, but she rocks it. But she makes it out. He's so electric when he runs, and he really shuts the clock off. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough.
14,367. Mary Walker, it's not going to be good enough. So, unfortunately, Mary Walker will not make it back to the showdown round.
Chance at that million.
So with 3 to go, 14,167 the time to beat. Here is the stunt woman from California, Erin Riccati.
She is gutsy. She's riding a horse owned by Ruth Hayslip. That's a former NFR qualifier. This horse is so deceiving. He looks like he's just cruising. Oh no! You can see as he went across the pin, he really didn't know where to go. He kind of scotched a little bit. This is a champion Derby horse. This should not speak for his whole career as he's looking around, just having a hard time figuring out where to go. This horse has been a champion. As he runs across there, he just got her out of position, and she made a decision to try to get back over top of him, and ended up going by that barrel. Really, really cost her. I know she's just devastated.
Okay, we've got to move on. Let's go now to the 4-time world champion. 2 more to go. Sherry Serby. Here's the lady who placed at all 10 rounds of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
She's the queen of precise. You can see she puts that mare right where she's supposed to be. She's riding the horse with the most heart. Stingray loves this type of setup. She doesn't care about all these distractions. She's going to go in there and, of course, be tight, perfect, and precise. As she drives her across the finish line, still not enough.
Still not enough. Sherry Serby can't get in there. Jane Melby is 4th of the 14,167. Lisa Lockhart leads. Shelly Anzik. Robin Herring is in there. 2 of the 4 are qualifiers.
Charmaine's riding a horse named James Jolly Taylor. He's a 13-year-old gelding by Streak and La Jolla. This is a horse that doesn't have a big win record, but who cares when you're carrying 11 world titles on your back? She's a $2 million cowgirl. She's been there. She's won that. She's just an absolute legend. Who cares what the horse has won? She could go in here and win $1 million today and change his entire history. And she's calm enough. She knows what she's doing. She looks like she's done this every day. She just looks like she's going to get a Coke from the concession stand right here before her run.
Is that something that you're born with, or is that something that out of years of competition you can develop? Anybody can develop it?
I think anybody can develop it, really. This is something... You know, Shakespeare says some are born great and some achieve greatness, so it just kind of depends on the person. I think Charmaine has ice running through her veins. She trained an outlaw and won 10 world titles on him, so I'm pretty sure that this lady has ice just running straight through her veins. She knows what she needs to do here. It's incredibly fast. It's going to take a 14.15 to get her in the top 4. I believe she can do it.
Right, we're going to find out. Here goes Charmaine. And the barrel goes down.
As she went to make that perfect first turn, she set him up just a little bit too much, and he overrated just trying to work. Some days your horse wants to work a little bit too good, and darn it, he did. It's going to take her out in the top 4.
It sure would have.
Oh, it's so disappointing.
101 plus 5 and... Oh, shucks.
What a legend. Maybe she'll crack out next year and go. Looks like she's got a horse. As she asked him right here, he just worked too good. There's really no fault of anybody's besides he just rated a little too hard coming into this turn. You can see she's just poised, cool, calm, and collected. Goes ahead and makes the rest of her run and makes a 14.10 look easy.
Long strided and can cover the ground and carry the mail.
As she approaches this first barrel, she's flying in, runs it by, but this horse is really, really running. She's protecting herself with the second barrel. He bowed out of that second barrel, shook his head a little bit, so I'm hoping,
Barrel goes
I was afraid of that. I couldn't get it out of my mouth soon enough. Oh, I just feel terrible for Jane. She really had a great run going with a 14.20. Oh, that's just a heartbreaker.
And it's sickening for a lady who's already sick. And, oh, what could have been, perhaps, we'll know in a moment. Here's Robin Herring. Robin Herring could win $500,000 with this run.
Here's our very first qualifying barrel racer taking a chance at being our first millionaire, at getting her hand in that $1 million pot. She's running Firewater on the rocks. He's not just a winner himself, he produces winners, and this is a pretty first barrel. It's not the fastest one she's had that we've seen her make. That second barrel was absolutely flawless. She's hustling. Oh my gosh, we got 2 barrels down. We have 2 barrels down.
That may be the first $500,000 barrel knockdown that rodeo has ever seen.
I feel like I hit it with her. That was just devastating. I know that she's sick. I know these girls are going to be thinking about that third barrel.
13.99 is what it would have been.
Oh, Lordy, have mercy. Well, here comes... She's looking and she knew that barrel went down. Oh, it took forever to fall, too. That just makes you sick and almost went back up.
Oh my, this is so intense. It's painful when it goes the wrong way, isn't it?
It is so painful.
Two more.
Now here comes Shelly Anzik. This is one of our qualifiers.
That's right, she could split the $500,000.
Go to the left, a woman after my own heart going left. She knows she's just got to be clean. But on these horses, there is no safety up. We have no easy button. You run these horses in there as hard as you can, and you hope that third barrel is down. Oh my gosh! Holy man, he ducks off again, coming out. Oh, that was possibly a $600,000 mistake.
Richie Champion is a millionaire. Richie Champion is a rich millionaire. He's a rich bareback rider. $1.1 million here today. A qualifier has won. A Goliath has gone down. You're seeing the agony and the defeat. And in a moment, you'll see the thrill of victory as Shelly Anzik can't believe that has just happened.
Here he comes into this. She knows all she's got to do is get around this barrel. Now we know that second place in the barrel race is going to be won with a hit barrel. So possibly Robin Herring with that 13.9.
All right, just a clean run. Just a clean. The pressure is here. It's
insurmountable.
It is. It's quite an obstacle here today.
I couldn't think of a better lady to have to make a clean run than Lisa Lockhart, one of the most consistent barrel racers that the sport has ever seen. And taking a look at a very rich young man right now.
He is. He is going to enjoy this final barrel racer. Here's Lisa Lockhart, South Dakota.
It's beautiful. I expect nothing less than perfect here. I see her thinking about it a little bit as she drives up into this third barrel. There's your champion, ladies and gentlemen. The queen of consistent has brought it home, and she's won $100,000. Way to go, Lisa.
Lisa Lockhart with a $100,000 stroll around the barrels today at AT&T Stadium on Louis. And Louis is becoming one of my all-time favorite horses.
I'm pretty sure he's her favorite right now, too. I'm pretty sure he's getting a couple of treats right now. That is a big, big win.
If there was anyone who would be better at making a clean run for $100,000, it would be Lisa Lockhart. You are always so consistent, and I know you probably wish Louis was up here with you because he's a big part of that, isn't he?
Absolutely. You know, our horse is our soulmate and our teammate, and you know, it's a team effort. And my family and my horse, I mean, you can't do it without so many people and so much behind you.
Tell me exactly what this means to you. I can tell you're emotional about it.
It's a life-changing experience. The only way it could be any better is if my family was here with me, which they're not, but they're there with me in body and mind and soul, and I know they're cheering at home right now, so anyway, and yeah, it's just a great thing, and it's amazing what they've accomplished putting this all together, and there's a lot of people behind what happened today, so thank you to all of you that made this all possible.
What are your plans?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, it's a very busy time of year right now, so I got a day off, and then it's off to Houston, and anyway, you know, it's just one step at a time, and it's just the way it is in this business, and you can't get ahead of yourself.
What a huge accomplishment with the field of barrel racers that we had today to come out on top. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, she's going to need some of that money to fix all the broken tables and furniture in the house because her family's sure